Welcome back. My name is Jeremy Richards, and this is yet again another U.S. immigration video for Canadians. And specifically today, I'll be talking about the TN visa requirements for education, a job offer, and your intent to return to Canada. So there are three things you must have to qualify for a TN visa. If you miss one of these, you're going to possibly get denied or refused for your TN visa at a port of entry or through pre-flight inspection. Requirement number one, education. Most TN visa categories require at least a bachelor's degree. Now, there are some limited categories where you can have the equivalent experience, such as a management consultant, but in general, a TN visa requires that you have a level of education or that you have a licensure in order to practice that profession in the United States. So number one, you need to make sure you have the proper education for that TN occupation that you're applying under. Requirement number two, you cannot self-sponsor for a TN visa. There's no self-employment allowed on a TN visa. You must have an offer of employment for a professional level job that fits under a TN occupation to work in the United States for a U.S. employer or a U.S. entity. Now, this can be through a contracted arrangement. If you're Canadian, you have a contract to service a U.S. entity, but there is no self-employment again. So requirement number two is a job offer to work under a professional level job in the United States that's under a TN occupation, or a contract to service a U.S. client under one of those professions in the United States. Requirement number three, non-immigrant intent. In other words, your intent coming to the United States on that TN must be temporary. You should not be seeking to come permanently to the United States. You must have a plan to return to Canada without the intention of remaining in the United States permanently or seeking U.S. permanent residence. Now, this is at the time of application for that TN. You must demonstrate that temporary intent. And typically for a TN, just stating that this is temporary and your intention is to return to Canada at the end of your temporary employment is sufficient. So these are the top three things you need to know about a TN. First, make sure you have the right education. Second, no self-employment. You need to have that job offer or contract. And third, that you need to have that non-immigrant intent. Carry proof of your ties to Canada if you feel necessary in order to demonstrate those intent to return to the United States. If you get these three things right, you're 90% of the way for approval for a TN visa. If you have any questions about a TN visa or U.S. immigration in general, give us a call. That's what we do. For more tips for Canadians on U.S. immigration or on TN visas specifically, give us a like and give us a follow for more videos for Canadians.